Get on in here, make sure that you like the stream. If you're new to this channel and you are a New York Giants fan, Fee-Fi-Fo-FUMM. Let's go, baby. New York Giants, salute to each and every one of you. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Yeah. It's your guy who was never lying, sometimes defiant, TP Way the Giant, man. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, man. How we all doing? How we all feeling? Y'all know what it is this week. It is our beloved New York Football Giants, our 2-6 New York Giants, going against the San Francisco 49ers, who sit at 5-3. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is going down. It is a home game at MetLife Stadium, and it's not just a home game. It's a legacy game. It's a legacy game. So we are bringing out the legacy joints. I love when we bring those out. I'm going to be rocking my legacy jersey. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a fashionable one, to say the least. And just hopefully we could make sure that we could, on all cylinders look good, man. As far as the legacy game is concerned, man, this is something that I ran across a little earlier in the week, man. And this is kind of showing our record here on what the New York Giants look like, man, when it's that legacy game, when we rocked the legacy joints. So let's start in 2022, which was a beautiful year. Week 4 versus the Chicago Bears, which is the game that I actually went to. 20-12, we got a W. We had the red end zones, like back in the 90s. Super clean. We went out there, mollywopped them. Daniel Jones was doing what he wanted. Saquon Barkley was in rare form. It was a beautiful legacy dub. Week 13 versus Washington. It was a tie, 20-20. I don't know if y'all remember that game, but even that game was a good game to watch. We kind of like shot ourselves in the foot. We definitely should have won it, but all in all, I would take a tie over a loss any day. And then 2023 versus Washington, we had another legacy game, week 7, 14-7. Wasn't pretty, but we got the job done. 2023, another legacy game, week 14 versus Green Bay. Got the W, 24-22. All right, y'all picking up what I'm putting down now, okay? 2024. Now, this was the year, week 9 versus Washington, that we took an L, right? But if y'all just go back and y'all hear what I'm saying here, look, maybe this is a little too superstitious, but I'm rocking with how we go out and perform when it is legacy game time, and I only plan to add on top of this this record and resume here, man. So it is definitely going down, man. Let's get into some of the conversation pieces, man. We got some good stuff, man, that we want to talk about. We're going to let the intro play real quick, and then we're going to get into it, man. I see y'all in this chat, man. Y'all keep on making sure y'all doing y'all thing, man. Like the stream. Let's get these comments rolling in. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, man, subscribe. Let's go.
I felt there was no better athlete on that field than me. I was the best athlete on the field. And in order to win, you have to beat me. If you can't beat me, then you can't win.
I tell you right now, you know everybody gonna watch this ass whoop I put on you, right?
It's your guy who is never lying. Sometimes the fun. It's a good way to try.
Both feet down on the ground, and then it came out of the pile. This ball's thrown, and Tyree, that may be the greatest catch I've ever seen. And he lobs it, Burris alone, touchdown New York.
All right, man. Shout out to my guy Kenneth Perkins in the building. Saying what up, man. Kenneth Perkins.
It's all good, baby.
Giant
baby.
salute to you, man. How are you? How are you? My man Taekwon Lewis is in the building. What's up, man? What it do? What it do? Let him live. Is also in the building, checking in. What's the word? What's the word? Juan Santiago says, what up, TP Way? I heard that Hyatt is requested a trade. Not sure if that is true. Also, this coaching staff needs to go. Let's go Big Blue.
Fee-Fi-Fo-FUMM.
Yes, man. I am with you. I am with you. I did hear the same thing. And I'm not sure how true it was. I think it is true. And it is only right, if you ask me, though. I mean, it's only right. I personally just don't see how he could possibly want to continue to stay here, to be honest with you. You got to think about it. From his point of view, he's not being utilized the way he would like. I mean, we're watching the film. He is getting open. And he's not part of a winning football club at that. And then also he's seen guys leave and have more success. He seems like we got to understand that as well. So it is appetizing for certain players who hasn't really built, much of a legacy here to want to go somewhere and rock out somewhere else and find more success. Like, that's not a crazy feeling. So I could most definitely see why Jalen Hyatt would want to get up out of here. And this is like a, Daniel Jones-esque situation for me where I feel like, he will find success somewhere else. And I feel like we'll see the best of Jalen Hyatt somewhere else, unfortunately. And it's just not going to work here. I just don't think this situation is going to work here. So, yeah, I mean, look, I've been critical on Jalen Hyatt, but look, man, I've been watching the film, man. I've been watching the film, and there is definitely more to be desired, man, when it comes to him. So, yeah, and you know how I feel about this coaching staff. So, most definitely, man, they need to go. They need to go. Let Him Live says, let's get that legacy dub, man. Yes, for sure. For sure. Also, speaking of legacy, I will be in attendance, man, to the New York Giant versus Washington Commander game that is at MetLife. Me and my son, he's at that age now where it's time for those, father and son games, man. So we're gonna go, rock out, do our thing at MetLife, man. So if you're gonna be there, make sure you show love, man. Say what up. All right, I'm trying to see all my people in my time there. So it's going down after the bye week. Giants versus the Commanders, man. Me and my son will be boots on the ground. Iman Perry is in the building.
It's all good, baby, baby.
Giving the Aboriginals some love, man. Shouting out, checking in the chat. Man, please make sure, if you haven't already, man, go over to the Aboriginal Sports Network where you can catch all of my pregame and live and my postgame live streams, man. And not just that, but plenty of more sports content, plenty of more New York Giant content. Go over to the Aboriginal Sports Network, man, and show some love for sure. I definitely got to get with these guys soon, man. We got to do a collab joint coming soon, man. We slipping on that, so stay tuned, baby. I'm gonna set something up. Let Him Live says, yo, I don't see why a lot of fans saying that. This is Dable's first year with his quarterback. Give him time. I'm not feeling that at all. What you think? Yeah. I'm agreeing with those fans. I'm agreeing with those fans. And there is nothing really that Coach Dable has done for me to believe that he should continue to be the head coach, man. I mean, we keep moving the goalposts and finding excuses for Coach Dable to remain the head coach. And I just think that is, malpractice at this point. I think we're shooting ourselves in the foot doing that. I mean, he has his quarterback, and we're still a 2-win team right now. Now it's give him some more time. I just don't. I don't know. I'm not on coach. I'm not rocking with Coach Dable right now. Iman says Hyatt needs to go to Minnesota. I could see that definitely being a good fit for Hyatt. For sure. That would be a great fit for Hyatt. Taquan Lewis says, word up, TP, I'll be there too. Say less. Say less, man. I'll see you there. I will see you there. Let Him Live says, father and son making memories. Let's go Giants versus Commanders. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. My boy, man. That's my boy right there. He's definitely a little TP Way the Giant. He's TP Way the Giant Jr. His real name, we have the same name, and he is really a junior, but he's TP Way the Giant Jr. as well, because he don't play. He don't play. Like, win, lose, or draw, he's definitely repping the Giants, and he'll let it be known. He'll let it be known, man. So he's definitely my little ride or die for sure. And he's been in some of my vlogs. If y'all go back and watch some of my vlogs, he's not the little bitty, kid anymore. And even then, he was rocking heavy. Now, he think he a big boy, man. So, yeah, he's riding out with me. All right, let's get into some Dexter Lawrence conversations, man. I put out a video earlier this week, mentioning and talking about Carl Banks. Carl Banks and what he has had to say about Dexter Lawrence. And I haven't followed up on it because Dexter Lawrence has responded. Let's pull the video up real quick so y'all know exactly what I am talking about. Let me see real quick. Let me see where we at. All right. So, yeah, man, Dexter Lawrence responds, and I'm not going to hold you. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me see. Let me share this with y'all. Here we go. Here we are, man. Let's listen to what Dex had to say responding to Carl Banks' comments.
So sorry that we have to start off with a tougher question today, but former Giant Carl Banks had some critical comments about you and your game. Do you have any response or any thoughts on his?
First off, shout out to the beat writers, man, for asking the right questions. You know what I mean, and making sure they're doing their job. She talking about sorry. We had to start off with a tougher question. He ain't sorry, but we appreciate
comments.
I don't really know what he's watching. But hey, he can say what he wants. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, trying to help us get a win. That's it.
When you hear something like that, is that more of a motivator for you, or?
Nah, but if people listen to him, then you go.
Yo, am I tripping? Am I the only one noticing that Dex got a pink Power Ranger right here in his locker?
Then let's say this. I hope people start trying to disrespect me.
Yay!
So sorry that we have to.
Yay! Yay! I absolutely love it. I hope people try to disrespect me. Let me play in another some more of what he had to say, man. Hold on. Here we go.
Were you surprised that Carl chose to air those criticisms of your game the way that he did on the podcast, as opposed to coming in here or seeking out in the building to talk to you?
Yeah, those are strong words, but that's how you feel.
Does it mean more to you that? Does it mean more? Those words mean more that they're coming from him,
No.
like a giant legend.
No.
No. Why not?
He's delusional. No.
Were you surprised?
There we have it. There we have it. And I'm gonna start here, man. I'm gonna start here. If Carl Banks, the legend, cannot criticize or call out somebody like Dexter Lawrence, then who can? Who can? If Carl Banks can't do it, who can? I absolutely love what Carl Banks said. I love how he did it. I love it all. I love the attention it got. But what I love even more is how Dexter Lawrence responded to it. Because guess what? Checkmate. Checkmate. If I'm Carl Banks, right now I'm sitting back with a small little grin on my face. I'm sitting back with a small little grin on my face because I know what I just unlocked. So now expect for Dexter Lawrence to have that chip on his shoulder. Expect Dexter Lawrence to want to shut everybody up that's talking about trading them, that dumb shit. Everybody that's talking like Carl Banks, for anybody who could, in any stretch of the imagination, like he worded it, disrespect Dex. Well, guess what? Guess what? Now I got something to prove for, to play for. Because it's hard to stay motivated when you're losing. You a 2-win team. It's difficult. But now Dex is like, okay, y'all must have forgot. So, of course, I want to see a mad Dex going out there. Of course, I want to see a motivated Dex. That's just veteran. That's a veteran move. That's a veteran move by Carl Banks. Checkmate. And I want to show y'all something else because I want to give a big, big shout out to one of my favorite pages, man, that I follow on X/Twitter. Big Blue VCR. Big Blue VCR. And I want to read this caption here, man, because I thought it was well correlated here. He said, I listened to Carl Banks' podcast and his comments about Dex. I took it as a frustrated NY Giants legend trying to get a leader to up his game as things are falling apart. Carl learned under Parcells, who went after Phil Simms and LT. Notice any similarities in his comments. And we're going to play this clip right here, but I thought it was super dope to express this and show this for people to be reminded. So for people to understand. This is from the cloth that Carl Banks comes from. So again, if you're not really understanding the full picture of it, I'm gonna help remind you right here. I see my guy Skull State of Mind is in the building. I see you. New York Giants, salute to Skull State of Mind. Y'all already know, man, when we match up with the Vikings, you know, we gonna get something together for sure, for sure. Let him live says Dex not looking right. His violent hand placement and bull rush isn't there, and that's a fact. And his response let me know it touched a nerve, and that Carl is right. See, Dex is a competitor, though. He's always been. Dex is a competitor, and you could hear it when he's mic'd up and he's on the field. He takes pride in dominating. You know that Dex is out there to try to be that dominant force. So, again, I love it. Great job, Carl Banks. Here we go. This is the video right here.
And that's all he was about.
Shut up, Sims. Now don't be a damn no-class player.
the way he treated me, I'd never been treated like that from a head coach. It was very personal.
If you're just tuning in, those guys are winning 17-0.
Incredibly honest, and it was awesome, and I loved it.
Phil, look, when we call the wide kid, that's who we're trying to throw to. Don't be too inventive, okay?
Okay, they took him. They're covering him.
I know, I saw it.
They're just going over
him the last time?
Yeah.
I hate to have my relationship with him defined about our confrontations because it was so much more. But I do know that some of those battles, that my status with the players went up dramatically because they were like, "You are the man. What's it feel like?"
How they gave
I'd
it
give
up,
anything
man.
if I could do
This is
and
how
I
they
just
gave
would,
it up.
you know, I'd be like, wow, I'm sweating thinking maybe I crossed the line. And the players, they literally adored me for it. He just constantly played with your head.
Bill Parcells
He
was the
loved
man.
playing with guys' heads more
Bill
than any
Parcells
coach in NFL history.
Some of these guys got to get their head out of their ass around here.
I will never forget the time the
talking to
Giants
LT.
were playing the Rams.
LT, like,
And Lawrence Taylor always had a difficult time with a tackle on the Rams named Irv Pankey. Parcells was trying to figure out how he could motivate Taylor that week.
I peeped
He
this
put
right
a
here.
plane ticket on Taylor's stool. And when he got into work on that Wednesday, you know, when they were starting preparations for the Rams, Taylor noticed this plane ticket on his stool, and Parcells was walking through there. He goes, "Hey, what's this? What's this plane ticket?" And Parcells said, "It's a plane ticket. You go down to New Orleans. You send Pat Swilling up here. He's number 56, too. He'll play for us this week. He can handle Pankey. You can't, obviously."
I said, you don't have to change shirts. Just give him your helmet and you take his helmet and send him up here and I'll use him Sunday.
So Taylor is fuming, and he's you know, throwing a few F-bombs at Parcells.
Needless to say, Lawrence played well.
Let's go, man.
Those
Again, man. Shout out to Big Blue VCR. Like my favorite channel that not channel, but page that I follow on X/Twitter for sure. And for that reason right there, man. See, in that perspective, that's where Carl Banks is coming from, man. That's where he's coming from. So you have to understand that to understand, you know, the bigger picture of it all. And then really the other piece to it to me is this. See, you have a following up there that criticizes Carl Banks, man, for not giving it up, for not being raw, for not, you know, for sugarcoating shit about his comments about certain things. And then he finally does it, and then it's still not good enough. It's still not good enough. Especially because there's a lot of just young Giant fans, man, that hasn't been educated and does not understand who Carl Banks is. They don't even get it. They don't even get it. They don't even understand. So, all in all, man, absolutely just phenomenal job on both parts for me. That's how I would like it to be set up. And that's what New York Giant legends should be doing. They are qualified to do so. Like, I would understand if somebody came to me and somebody in the locker room was telling someone like me, like, chill your ass out. You know, you talking about some shit that you don't know nothing about and all these other extra comments that you may hear. See, I could understand why they would come at someone like me. But someone like Carl Banks is qualified. See, he built the ground that they walked on. You know what I mean? So I just respect it. I respect it. I respect my legends, and that's how I am in real life too, man. Like, when it comes to my OGs, you know, when it comes to my elders, it's just a certain respect level that I have for people who paved the way. You know what I mean? That's just me. But that's just how I was raised. That's how I was taught. So hey, I have seen people, I've seen fans, I've seen New York Giant content creators, you know, go out there and say things like, this is why Giant players want to leave New York. I don't agree with that shit. I don't agree with that, man. Listen, at the end of the day, this is New York. This was New York before he got here. It's going to be New York when he left. We treat you like a rock star when you are here. And if you're not playing to a standard, or if you're not, holding your weight, or if there's losing football on the table, then yeah, you're going to also hear about it. So if you're looking for somewhere where, the fans is just not as rowdy, or if you just want some soft shit, then go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. But you got to understand, man, this is Dex. Dex got the New York Giant logo tatted on him. He know what it is. He know what it is. Some of y'all got this soft-ass mindset, man, when it comes to just how this shit really goes down. I don't need anybody. I don't give if you got a player who is whining and crying about some shit that is said to him, instead of it motivating them, or instead of it, just going in one ear and out the other, and you are a New York Giant, then what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I think we getting real soft, man. I ain't with that shit. At the end of the day, we're going to talk our talk, and the players are going to play. The players are either going to shut us up, make us look crazy, or at the end of the day, we're going to get them up out of here. We're going to weed out the weak. And I'm not talking about Dex, because I know Dex ain't from that cloth. Dex is one of those guys that I believe is going to most definitely answer. On to the 49ers. Let's talk about it. On to the 49ers. Shout out to TikTok. I'm trying to do better, man, with getting live up here, man. So shout out to TikTok. I see y'all. For a better viewing, man, make sure that y'all go to the YouTube channel at TP Way the Giant, man. Make sure that y'all subscribe, like the stream, all that good stuff. All right. On to the 49ers. If Coach Dable knew how to win, if he knew how to hold on, let me see this. Hold on. I got that. Yeah, we ain't dealing with the trolling today. We ain't dealing with the trolling. All right. If Coach Dable knew how to win, if he knew how to close out games, manage games, and et cetera, I'd feel more confident going into this game. I would. We are going against a 49er team that is not good right now. And primarily because they're banged up. They're banged up pretty bad. No Fred Warner. No Brandon Ayuk. Possibly no Brock Purdy, I believe. No Nick Bosa. O-line is banged up. It's rough. I seen a condensed version of their game last week versus the Texans, who aren't good at all. And it was bad. It was bad. And I'm not saying this with my nose in the air, because we are banged up as well. Of course, no Malik and no Scat for us. They could stay the same. And I think a big thing, too, is no Adebo and no Flott. So it's ugly on our side, too. Don't get me wrong. I just believe this is a winnable game for us. I believe this is definitely a winnable game for us. According to a few Giant fans, it doesn't matter if we lose or win. Y'all gonna want Coach Dable to stay hip to hip with Jackson Dart. But if there is any chance, which I wouldn't bet a penny on, that I would feel better about him staying, he is going to have to show me something. And it's games like this that's going to count. It's games like this. So I'm with you, Les. And Les is in the chat, says, I expect a victory. That's the standard. That's the standard. And to me, that is what's frustrating, about this fan base right now, is they are so comfortable with losing. They're so comfortable with losing. Me, this shit irritates my soul. This shit bothers me throughout the week. Like, this shit I can't stand. So I can't get comfortable with just being a losing ass team. A lot of Giant fans is like, oh, it is what it is. You know, this is Coach Stable's first year. That shit ain't never been a good excuse for me. And this is a winnable game. So I'm not trying to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses. I want the results. Now, again, this is a home game, and we've been playing good at home. And I kicked this thing off, man, even speaking about it being a legacy game. So you add that on top of what it is. So really, there's no reason for me to even try to search and find an excuse on why we can't pull this one off. I read a tweet that kind of spoke to the fact that, listen, we have a shout out to my sis on TikTok. Shout out to my sis in the building. We had a offensive. We have a legitimate offensive rookie of the year candidate in Jackson Dart, who is our offensive rookie of the month. We have arguably defensive rookie of the year. It's possible with A.R. Ab, a.k.a. Abdul Carter. And we also have arguably the defensive player of the year on this roster with Brian Spider-Man Burns. We have these things, and we're still 2-6. We're still 2-6. So again, let them live. When you hear people, you know, speaking to the fact of this coaching staff and not being pleased with them and is ready to kick them out the door, I mean, that's why. That's why. And I've said this a few days ago. You know what's irking? You know what's bothering me? Shout out to you, Les. I can't forget our left tackle. Yup, that's a fact. Andrew Thomas. CFA, I see you. Yeah. Said, what it do? Giant salute to my guy, CFA. But you know what's bothering some? Is everyone want to talk about Dex, but think about what Dex did last year. How phenomenal his performance was. How phenomenal his performance was. Did we win? Did we win? We keep having legendary shit going on and legendary play going on with players, but nothing to show for it, nothing to back it, no wins. No wins. So, of course, I'm going to call out my coach. Of course, I'm going to call out my coach. Let's get into some keys to victory here, man. Offensively, this should just be a game, man, where Jackson Dart should lead us to victory. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. And this is one of the beauties of having Jackson Dart as your quarterback. Is games like this, you could feel, you know, a little more confident in. You can feel confident in just his ability single-handedly to go out and win these type of games. I just need a Jackson Dart game, a clean game from him, extend plays, make good throws, be careful with the ball. That's what I need. That's what I need. You know, I want to see a game, man, with Jackson Dart too, because the turnover thing is getting a little out of hand. But I want a clean game from Jackson Dart, man. I don't want any turnovers. I want to see a Jackson Dart who's watched the film and said to himself, okay, you know what? I can make more plays with my legs. I've already called it out for those who've been tuned in. Y'all know what I'm saying. I've seen Jackson Dart do a little too much thinking. There's been times when he's had the clear lane, man, to get the first down with his legs. And he's still trying to look for that right pass. I want to see a more just, not to say he's not comfortable, but just a more comfortable Jackson Dart. Just a Jackson Dart that's gonna play his game, man. Play his game. Not a Jackson Dart who's out there overthinking and not being himself. We already know, offensively, what we're gonna do and how we're gonna approach this thing with the 12 and 13 personnel, and utilizing these tight ends and these play actions and all of that. We know what is to come. We know the identity of this offense as it stands right now. We know this. But it's just going out there, man, and just playing a clean game, man. We need guys like Theo Johnson. Stop going out there, man, and shitting the bed. Dropping the ball. Catch the balls that you're supposed to catch. We need a game of these receivers, man, stepping up, playing to the best of their ability. And I'm really excited. Not that, come on, man. Let's be real. We all are down about Scat not being a part of this thing. We know that. We know that. But I'm excited to see what Tyrone Tracy Jr. can do, man. He's somebody who I was excited about going into this thing. And the opportunities kind of fell away from him due to circumstance and due to just how well that Scat has been playing. Well, now there's an opportunity for you, Tyrone Tracy Jr. The ball is in your court now. What you going to do with it? What you going to do with it? So I'm excited to see what Tyrone Tracy Jr. looks like. And don't get me wrong. I mean, even when we look back at last week, I mean, he was running the ball decently, man. Still running hard. And still, playing with that kind of, chip on the shoulder. So I'm excited to see that. And then, of course, up front, man, this pass rush that I seen from San Fran, I was not excited at all, man. I was not excited at all. So I believe that, Dart will have a clean pocket. I believe that he's going to be able to maneuver without, the D-line in his grill. Pause. So that's why I feel confident in. That's where I feel confident in. On the defensive side of things, I mean, come on. I don't know if Brock Purdy is playing or not. I don't know if he is. But I was looking at, what's his name, Mac Jones? What's his name? Terrible. I ain't going to hold you. Terrible. He looked bad. And so there's no reason as to why I feel like even with, Flott and the Debo being out, there's no reason for me to think that they can't be had. Come on, man. Come on, man. Again, man, look, at the end of the day, we know what it is with Coach Shane Bowen. I'm done holding my breath thinking that it's going to be something more than what it actually is. I'm done thinking to myself that these coaches are going to step up to the case and all. I just really take it for what it is at this point. But, again, there's another week where Coach Shane Bowen is here, so which means there's another week for him to go out there and put a product out there to make sure that our defense is dominating this game. It's dominating this game. Because this shit, it's a lackluster, offense that we are going against, man. And it's not really me shooting at the 49ers. Well, they just banged up. They banged up. And we got to take advantage of that. We got to take advantage of that. I want to bring up the injury report real quick. Let me see here. Let me see. There we go. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see here. So, one thing that I forgot to mention, too, is Jermaine Illuminor, man. Jermaine Illuminor, I know that they were just having a presser where Coach Dable was talking about Jermaine Illuminor possibly not playing. I don't know if it was ruled off the table or not. We'll see. But outside of that, I mean, everybody else we pretty much know about. Everybody else we pretty much know about. There we go. Paulson Adebo out. Um, Daniel Bellinger, he did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. Jermaine Illuminor did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. Again, like I said, there's discussions with that. Cordell Flott, who's in concussion protocol, I believe, he did not play Wednesday or Thursday. I think he had a light practice, but I think he's still going to be ruled out. Chauncey Golston, man, that's somebody who I've been wanting to see, and I think this would have been a great time to see him. But Chauncey Golston hasn't bounced back and hasn't been out here, and yeah, so that's what it is for us. But you look here, man, you look at some offensive line talent that they have out, did not practice. You got where's he at? Okay, you had Brock Purdy, who had a light practice. So yeah, again, he's trying to make his way back. I'm not sure. Maybe someone knows in the chat, but I'm not sure what's his status going into this game. I'm not sure if we're gonna get Brock Purdy or Mac Jones. But ultimately, man, they beat up. They're beat up as well. You know, you see that your pair of defensive ends and Bryce Huff and Gross Matos. You see Alfred Collins. Like, again, I was watching the defensive line in a condensed version. Not excited. Not excited. So I like our chances going into this thing, man. But again, it's just hard for me to feel, too confident going into this thing because we've been here. We Giant fans. We know better than that. We know better than that. Let me see. Let me catch up in this chat real quick. CFA says, is why I always say this team is better than the record, man. I stand on that, man. I stand on that. This team is definitely better than the record, man. And I was having this conversation with my brother the other day. Like, when it comes to the bottom of the NFL, when it comes to the trash of the trash teams of the league, like, you can't tell me that we not better than them. You can't tell me that. Now, the thing that holds us back is our coaches ain't worth shit. CFA says a manager on the field. Let them live says clean game across the board. Everybody has to be on point. That's a fact. We got to play winning football, man. Point blank, period. And that's something that we ain't really been introduced to. We haven't really been introduced to winning football. And I'm not just talking about 2 wins. I'm talking about being a football club that is consistently winning games, that knows what it takes to consistently win. We haven't been introduced to that. It's another reason as to why. But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. CFA says, I wonder if the coaches remind him of using his legs if no one is open. Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like there's something going on in his head, man, when he's making these decisions, because you're watching a game and you just see that he's just overthinking just a little bit. You clearly see that. He's just overthinking. In the earlier parts of seeing Jackson Dart, you see him just doing things a lot more naturally, man. And so I want to see that from him. Let Him Live says, we have to get a win no matter what it takes. Can't give up on the season yet. We got to make a stand in our house. Yo, man, it's games to be played. It's some more games to be played. So, whether you like it or not, that's what it is. And so I'm not looking to bow out. I'm not looking to tank and all that other shit. No, hell no. Hell no. I'm looking for us to make sure that we put ourselves in the best position, man, to try to win as much games as possible. That's the mindset that I'm still having. And as I'm looking at the schedule here, I'm going to pull it up. Let me see. I'm looking at the schedule here. We have San Fran now. We need to win this game. I want to go through the teams, man, that I'm really, think we should win. Like this, like as far as the standard is being held, I'm thinking these are the games right here that I'm saying to myself, okay, we should win these. San Fran, we should win this one. We should win this one. And I'm putting respect on the name because I know it is because they're banged up. If we would have been talking about San Fran earlier in the year, I'm not singing the same tune. You know, it's not one of those games where I'm saying, oh, we should win. Chicago Bears, we should win this game. We should win this game. And I can't wait to talk to the Black Bear podcast. Shout out to them boys and all that, but I can't wait to talk to them. This is the game I really want, particularly because of those boys over there at the Black Bear podcast. I want this game right here. These dudes, man, look, these dudes, they ain't done shit this year. And there's a lot of teams that's really scaving by because of the strength of schedule. A lot of teams, but we'll get to that game. We'll get to that when it comes. Green Bay and the Lions, this is not a game that I expect to win. Patriots, it's not a game that I necessarily expect to win. The Commanders, we should win this game. We should win this game. And y'all know, man, when Positive P is in the building, I plan on continuing, my streak here. Y'all know when I'm in the building, we win. When I'm in the building, we win. So I'm still banking on that. Again, for those who wasn't in earlier, this is the game that I'm going to. So if you're going to be at the Commander game, lock in with me, all right? Lock in with me. You're most definitely getting the vlog out of that, and it should be a good time. The Viking game, we should win. The Viking game, we should win. The Raider game, we should win. The Dallas game, we should win. So, as far as I see it, I want to win the games that I feel like should be had. Should be had. And I think all them Giant fans that keep talking that Brian Dable shit to me, that keep telling me that, he should continue to run things, well, show me something. Show me something. I mean, granted, if I'm being honest with you, in my book, it's just a little too late. I doubt that he can get the job done for me to want to say he should stay. But this all right here, man, these are games still left on the table here where if you are talking about even bringing them back, these is games that you got to have. You got to have. I don't want to hear shit about a roster. I don't want to hear shit about a roster because when the roster was intact and we had all our guys and all hands was on deck, you still didn't take advantage of what we had. You still found a way to lose that Dallas game. You still found a way to not put up a fight in the Kansas City Chiefs game. You still, okay, whatever, can't put this one on the coaches, but we still lost the Saints game. The Broncos, we still found a way to lose that game. So I don't want to hear shit about a roster. I don't want to hear shit about it because when our roster was intact, we still couldn't get the job done. So, yeah, coach your way out of this shit if you're the guy. H-Town in the building, I see you. I see you. Health and wealth to all. Yes, sir, New York Giants salute to H-Town. Let them live says we have to get a win. Oh, I already read that. My fault. My apologies. H-Town also says, would love to say we should win this game, especially with the Niners having so many injuries, but they definitely coach their way out of bad situations, which we could say the same about this coaching staff. Yeah. They couldn't coach their way out of the last game, though. They couldn't coach their way out of the last game. I will say that. Texans are bad. Texans is a bad football team, but they looked good. They looked good versus them. They looked good versus them last week. H-Town also says, crazy how a team like Ravens have such a bad record and still projected to be in playoffs, all due to coaching and its ability. Wish the Giants had that type of coaching staff that we can believe in. Well, yeah, but it's not just coaching with them. It's also their roster. It's also their roster. It's also because they're getting Jair Alexander back as well I think he's recovering and getting back to a healthy scratch. So it's a mixture of both. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Coaching may have a lot to do with it. And you think about their prior, history to this thing. Yeah, it has a lot to do with it. But they just they look at the Ravens, of course, in a completely different light than us. At least with the Ravens, you have something to say. Okay, well, they did this, and this. When you're looking at us, well, you're like, okay, well, history shows us, they just going to lose. They're going to lose. Les says, Ravens also have an easy schedule. Yeah, and I will say, man, our schedule ain't nothing to play around with for sure. Ain't nothing to play around with. But, yeah, man, that's that, man. That's that. I'm definitely expecting a win, and I'm definitely watching this, man, with the mindset of having the standard to win. H-Town says, what can the staff do to prove that they belong to stay after the half of season is washed the way it is? Bro, I don't got any more for them. Like, they ain't really much. There ain't nothing they could really do for me. Like, let's say hypothetically in a perfect world. In a perfect world, they win the rest of the games of the season. They win the rest of the games of the season. I think that even in that, it's the conversation to be had, but I could see as to why, why they would want to continue with Coach Dable. Now, granted, I'm talking about winning the rest of the games this season. That's not going to happen. And even in then, I'm still saying there's a conversation that needs to be had. So imagine, finishing the rest of the season 3 to 4 wins. I mean, come on. And most definitely, also there's games that I'm circling. We most definitely need these divisional games too. We need these divisional games. So again, I don't really know. I'm saying for all of the Giant fans that are still out there talking about, bring Coach Dable back, his first year with his quarterback, all that other shit. I really don't know at this point, man. I'm trying to understand. Trust me, I am. I really just don't know what they see and why they so willing, man. I don't get it. But y'all know how I feel about that. All in all, man, look, it's going down. It is going down, man. Sunday at 1. Do not beat me there. Do not even meet me there. It's the legacy game. Let's go. It's the legacy game, man. Can we just please wash the funk off and get a win, man? Just please. I would absolutely love it. Can I just have a week just rest in my mind? Can I know what it feels like? Have a victory Monday? Please, it's such a doable, man. It's such a doable, man. Before this whole shit crashes down. Before this whole shit crashes down. We just have something. We have something to look forward to. It's been real. New York Giants salute to each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Please make sure that you like the stream. Subscribe. Y'all already know, man, this game live. We gonna chop it up. We gonna have these conversations. Hopefully, it is a conversation